What was your favorite part of the dojo?
Favorite part of the dojo? Uh, just actually having 10 days of nothing but winning trades. Yeah, it was good.
Do you think you have a foundation you can take and kind of grow with?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been great. I've really enjoyed doing it, and that's completely different to anything anyone else has taught me. So
I'm not gonna just buy it off support. What I'm gonna see is a push up,
yeah,
push down,
yeah,
and if there's no structure here, then I'm not gonna buy it from here. From there, I'm
right.
waiting for price to go up, break this previous high, and then
Yeah.
I'll get in on this retest.
Ah, okay.
But if you go to the beach and you try to wave your hand against the waves, the wave is just going to go through your hand. You
Yeah,
can't do anything about it. The market does what we want. If we go against the market, it's just going to go through a stop loss. So we have to find a trading wave, a trading style to go kind of with the waves of the market. Because if you go with the waves, you go surfing and you try to surf against the waves, it's going to be really hard. But if you surf with the waves, if you kind of get into that flow, it's going to be like a lot easier.
I like the smaller time frames. I wouldn't, I think that fits my personality a little bit better. But doing the strategy mode has been interesting because it's so much more relaxed. And I'm busy at work. It makes more sense to do end of day because I'm still in the market, but I'm not stressed out by it.
But I mean, if you're, for example, trading the 5 and 50 minute, you take 2 trades, you have your TP stop loss set.
Yeah.
It's just you let it go, right? It does move a little. I mean, here's why I like scalping and trading the low time frames. I know sooner when a trade is going to be a winner or loser.
Yeah.
But I don't hold positions throughout the day. So if you trade in the morning, let's say you have I don't know when you start work, but let's say you have time in the morning to take a few trades. When you get to work, they're already open. They're either running into your stop loss or your TPs.
Yeah.
And in the first hour of your work, you're done. Okay, this day was a good day. This day was a bad day. Right?
Yeah, no, and I completely agree with you that I like that as well, definitely. But I think a nice combination of the two works well as well.
Yeah. What's your biggest problem right now? Are you doing too many things? Are you having issues going with the trend or kind of with the structure?
I'll tell you what I struggle with most of the time is looking through the charts and deciding what to trade. Now,
Okay.
I guess that's my biggest thing, really, is understanding where the market moves are or where they're likely to be. One of my coaches, he was saying, look at the majors, look at the support and resistance, and then decide what you want to buy, what you want to sell. Then from there, you can look at the cross pairs and then cross-reference that with your majors. So, for example,
the more simple we make it, the easier it'll get.
Yeah.
So what I recommend you try is, and the other people in the dojo, it's something hard to realize and actually make that step. But once you do it and you actually test it out, it's like a weight to come off your shoulder. Instead of looking at all the majors and all the minors, just focus on like 2 to 3 pairs, 1 to 2 pairs, and then take trades with the trend. Of course, you always want to go with your momentum.
Yeah.
But when you're only looking at 1 or 2 pairs, you can go, trades that are against the overall trend. Because in the overall trend, we still have short-term, momentum that's going the other direction. And once you understand the momentum where price is going, and when you're able to focus on just 1 or 2 pairs, you kind of build a relationship with that one pair. You're in flow with that market, and you're able to kind of go with the flow. If you're looking at so many different pairs, it's very hard to kind of find a good focus on that. So I mean that's something you should try, especially when you're trading the 50 minute and the 5 minute. You really only need, because I'm trading USD, GBP USD, and JBP Yen. Those are 3 pairs, but GBP JPY and GBP USD, they're very similar. I just take the one that's cleaner. Your USD I like because very low spread, lots of volume. I can get in and get out very quick because the spread is low. So I would try that, and it's going to be very easy. Like if you go on the 5 to 50 minute, you're going to find trades. You don't need a lot of different pages to look at.
Yeah.
And right there and then you've decreased your risk because you're not going to be looking at other setups. you're not going to be overexposed. You're only going to be focusing on one trade at a time. And because we're in out of the market so quick, we get in, something happens to the market, we hit stop loss, then we know, okay, something's happening, we got to watch out. And then we know, okay, something's wrong. But if we're in a trade for like, an hour or two, something goes wrong and there's still room for stop loss, we can't react that quickly. But if we're trading low time frames, we can adapt to the market. So if the market changes, we can adapt. Look what it's showing us, react to the market, and then go with that flow again. So we take a few trades, win, get a loss, take a break, see, is everything still okay? Am I still on the right side of the market? We go through all the time frames, high to low, make everything's still good, wait for the next setup, get in again. If the next trade is a loss, okay, I'm out for the day, right? And that's like kind of how you stay in flow with the market. And when you get a loss and you see, okay, actually, when I look at the higher time frames, it looks like there's more sellers now. I'll switch to selling. Yeah, but that's why you have to make rules for yourself to not start over trading. So for me, I don't take more than 3 trades a day unless I'm really in the flow. When I'm trading the 5 minute, 1 minute, I'm really in the flow with the market, and it's just like you have no fear. There's nothing between you and the market. It's just you and the market. It kind of just clicks. Then you can take more trades, but you have to get into a flow. Into a different state for that. It doesn't happen all the time. So my max trades per day is 3, and then if I get 2 losses, I'm out. Let's say this is our resistance. We broke the resistance. Yeah. And we're going down into a support. So this is our support here. Yeah. This is our support here. So I'm not going to just buy it off support. What I'm going to see is a push up. Yeah. Push down. Yeah. And if there's no structure here, then I'm not going to buy it from here. From there, I'm waiting for price to go up, break this previous high, and then I'll get in on this retest. Okay. When do you know the market is changing? When higher highs are broken or lower lows are broken? I mean, and what time frame do you really look at do you start with the daily and work down whenever you're looking at the market? Yeah, I look at the daily first. So and for the daily, I'm really just interested in like the last few candles. I want to see, okay, was the last day that it was very bullish, very bearish? Yeah. Did it close, in a consolidation? So that gives me a really good idea on what's going to happen next, the next day. From there, I look at the 1 hour is good enough. The 4 hour is okay too. Really, they're almost the same thing for me. But then I see, okay, where's the momentum? Is it going up or down? So am I looking for buys or sells for the day? And then I look, okay, are there any broken levels on the 1 or 4 hour that haven't been retested? So did it break a new high? Did it break a new low? If it did, we can expect price to retest that level. From there, I'll go into the 50 minutes and then kind of start from there. And once I see, okay, there's a good flow here, there's some good momentum, price is in a good trend, then I'll just keep trading the BOCs on the 5 minute. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I kind of work myself in, right? So you start slow, 1 hour, okay, this is my broken level. Let's see, this is my broken high, broken low. Let's see if price will go back retest that level. If it does, then I'll get in and I'll trade that as my first trade. From there, I'll see, okay, I took my first TP point. Now let's see if I can get in some scalps, because I kind of know where the market is going now, based on first trade. Right. And what about news? Do you trade through news or do you step back? I just trade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whatever I see on the chart, I just trade. If news kicks in while I trade, then usually it'll just push me into my stop loss or my TP, depending on the trade. So for me, it's not a big issue. If you're scalping, of course, then you're more likely to hit stop loss during news, just because your stop loss is going to be tighter. So when you trade and you see, okay, news kicking in and the market is getting volatile, then you just take a break. Yeah, that's it. What were the 3? Euro USD, GBP USD, and GBP JPY? Yeah. Sorry about those. Yeah. And do you always just trade those 3, or is that what you're trading at the moment? Sometimes I'll take a few off or add something else and then try it out. So for example, I had Euro Yen. I was trading for a long time this year, but I just took it off. So every week or every other week, I'll go through my metrics and see what pairs were not performing that good for the past few weeks, and I'll take it off. Because if the data is saying it's a underperforming pair for me, right now. You know, there's no need for me to trade it.
So how do you do that?
So you got to hook up. There's lots of tools you can use, like MyFX Book, or you can just use a spreadsheet. Yeah. So and then you can just connect that to your account. It'll tell you what's going on. Because there's no reason for me to trade a pair where I'm getting a 60% win rate compared to a pair that I'm getting a 70% win rate. I'd rather keep trading the pair that I'm getting a 70% win.
Okay. But then if you take one off, what sort of process do you go through to find a new pair?
I just take it off. So I had Euro Yen and those other 3 on my list. Now I just have 3 on my list.
Okay.
Preferably I just want to have 2, but I'm pretty happy with 3 right now. BOCs with broken structure, and you learn the kind of the structure of the higher lows, lower highs, etc. That's all you need. You don't need, if you try to add more than that, there's more things to look at, more things that can confuse you, etc. So the more simple you keep it, the better it'll be.
Yeah, cool, excellent.
So how long have you been with BFC now?
BFC about 2 weeks. Well, since we started the the dojo.
Okay, cool. Has anything changed for you since you started working with BFT? Any improvements?
No, I mean the first week, first 10 days was awesome. I didn't have a losing trade for 10 days, and then it all went out the window. But no, it's good. I just need to get back in the right mindset with it, and I think getting rid of just concentrating on 2 pairs, I think, is a great bit of advice. And just I do understand level structure, support resistance, higher highs, higher lows. I got all that. I just maybe trying to do too much. So if I cut most of it out and just concentrate, even maybe for the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to concentrate on 1 pair and just sit and wait for the right setup.
Yeah, and to make rules, because even with 1 pair, you can have quite a few setups. Just make a rule, 3 trades a day, 1% each trade. If you lose 2 trades, you're out. If you look at the new trading plan I sent, that's already built in, so you can use that as a template if you want.
Yeah, I just printed that off actually.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and then just add your own rules to it, your trading strategy.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Besides that, Jonathan, do you think you have a foundation you can take and kind of grow with?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been great. I've really enjoyed doing it, and out of all the different styles that I've done, this actually makes so much sense. I love the fact of placing limit orders and waiting for the market to come back. I think it keeps you out of a lot of wrong trades, and it's good. And that's completely different to anything anyone else has taught me. Yeah.
Sweet, awesome. Yeah, it is a really, really good way to trade. So I mean, I think you have everything you need, but the biggest thing is just finding kind of your own, because you've been looking at a lot of different traders and seeing how they trade, and now you have a lot of information. So at one point you got to say, okay, I have enough. Now it's time to focus and cut out everything else. Just focus, use what I have, and just find something that really works well for me. Because everyone kind of, the people you learn from, even myself, what you learn from me, that's stuff that works for me. So you got to take everything you've learned, put it into a system, a style that you like trading, that you like to trade. So that doesn't mean pick things out from all the other people and stitch something together. It's something you're gonna kind of develop and see what kind of, where you kind of get that little click in your head, because okay, this makes sense, this feels good, and that's how you kind of put those things together.
One of the things I've picked up over the last 6 months is just I try and have a mindset of every trade I enter is going to lose, and so I minimize my risk. So when I lose, it just don't matter. And then when I win, I try and get a 3-to-1. Well, that's what I've been doing, So how can what's the best way to work out the position size?
For me, I always use the same position size because I'm on the same pairs, so it's always the same thing for me. So you can use earnforex.com is good.
Yeah, that's the one I downloaded.
Okay, are you using MT4?
MT5. I've got at the moment on. Hold on. Normally I do trade with MT4, but for some reason I downloaded MT5 for the demo account, so I've just ran with that at the moment. So could you just show me how you use that Forex position size calculator?
I'm in my office with my Mac. I don't have the trading platform set up here. It's in my home office.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was planning on making a video on it because I want to make a video on my E8 I use to manage some positions when I go to bed.
Yeah.
And also the Forex position size code. So that's something I stopped to do. So once I get that done, you'll see that video on the Grand Dojo.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Cool. Yeah, brilliant. I can't think of anything else other than I just got to practice more. But yeah, I do think the market moves in waves, and if you can move with it, it keeps you out of the wrong trade.
Yeah. I've tried the what's it called, Elliott Wave. It's a wave, but it's, for me it was just confusing. For me, just focusing on like the structure, because the structure, that's what's behind the way the wave analysis.
My feeling with most indicators is that they're lagging behind price action anyway, and so price action for me, I think price action, support and resistance, I think if you can nail that, you can trade anything.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
So, and I'm not too bad at it, but I do definitely. I think the times what I've realised is when I'm focused on trading and trading only, and I haven't got the phones ringing and people walking in and out of the office, and I do all right. I do good. And then the problem is when I'm doing two other things and then I try and put a trade on and I'm not watching it, and you know, that's when it can go wrong very quickly. And also when you get so overconfident that you think I know what the market's going to do. That's stung me a few times. Yeah, you learn these lessons the hard way.
Sure. Yeah. What was your favorite part of the dojo, Jonathan?
Favorite part of the dojo? Just actually having 10 days of nothing but winning trades. Yeah, it was good.
So you were able to execute proper trades, but then where you fell short is how to keep those profits, right? So make sure you have rules in place when you get a sequence of winners. There's something that protects you. It's like a hard stop, like an account stop loss, not a stop loss in a trade, but a stop loss on your account. Yeah. And you say, okay, now I got to cut it off.
I think a couple of times what happened was I was I'm looking for trades rather than letting the trades appear for one. Okay.
Yeah, the daily, that's the best place where you're gonna get the overall picture, and then you only need like the last few candles. Those are gonna, because I don't care what happened like last week. I want to know, okay, what's gonna happen today. So and I can only know that if I look at the last few candles. So if the last candle was a big bearish engulfing, probably gonna see some more bears for the next day.
Yeah, right.
If it's a bullish engulfing, then it's probably gonna see some more bulls. So that's important. And again, if it's if you see like a strong rejection, like a strong wick on a daily, okay, it means okay, probably going to see some more trades into the other direction too. So the last daily candle, that's always a good place to start.
Okay. And from there, do you work down, or do you just go straight to the hour and pick up your support and resistance from the last day? Or
I look at the 1 hour, 4 hour. Those are very similar. Again, the 4 hour, it just takes the wonder and makes it cleaner. So I look at the 1 hour and 4 hour and see, okay, what levels were broken, what highs and lows were broken. Are there still any retests that need to happen on those broken levels? And then I'll look for those first, because that's like the low hanging fruit. And then from there I'll go into the 50-minute and 5-minute. So I always look for the low hanging fruit. Once that's taken care of, then you can kind of scalp the market.
Okay. Cool. And do you always do do you let your trades run, or do you always put a take profit in?
I set TB and then my stop loss.
Okay, and do you always do like do you do a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1?
My default is 1.7, right. And then usually if I want a tighter risk to reward, then it's usually 2.5 or 2.8. That's usually what it's at.
And does that set that automatically on the X mode? Is that the levels that are in there?
If you use the position size calculator, that's going to be usually 1.7. So if you actually, I have a video on the Grand Dojo that talks about it that I did recently. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
I could forward it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because we want to make sure that you place your stop loss at the right place. And there's a specific way of doing it with X mode. So I sent that to you on Telegram.
All right, great, thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, awesome, Jonathan. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that's all good, mate. At the moment, I'm gonna take your advice. For the next week, I'm gonna just trade one pair. I think just concentrate on it and just take my time.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and if you see a good trade, you have a trading idea, send it into the Grand Dojo. I'll be watching the chat for your charts. So
yeah,
feel free to send those in, and then we can give you some reviews on that as well.
Okay, I'm gonna do the third assignment homework over the weekend, so I'll have that loaded up for Monday.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. You have a good night, I think, right?
Thanks,
Is it nighttime for you?
Yeah, where are you based?
Canada.
Oh, really? What part of Canada?
Central in Manitoba.
Okay, I've done some time in Montreal, which was awesome. Love Montreal.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, my business has come from live events, so I used to have staging companies. So we do staging for concerts and festivals and stuff.
Okay,
and I teamed up with a company in Montreal called Stageline. They do these sort of hydraulic trucks that convert from truck to stage. So we brought that over to the UK.
Okay, nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you run like a couple things or just that?
No, I sold that business. I built it up. I sold it. And now I have a company that specializes in cleaning motorcycles. We restore clean. That's it. Yeah. Clean and restore bikes and stuff.
Oh,
it's
nice.
good.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't earn a lot of money at it because I just started, but I love it. Yeah.
Sweet. My in-law, he actually started a detailing company for cars. So
okay.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we keep getting asked for cars. I'm like, nah, no interest. Get someone else. We're the best at bikes. We're getting a really good rep, and yeah, it's
nice.
It's enjoyable. The best thing about it is I love giving the client his bike back when it's properly clean, and they're like that. They're so happy. They want to hug you. Yeah, it's good.
Nice, awesome. Okay,
cool.
Sweet.
Listen, thanks for your time, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. You got it. Okay, then hopefully I'll see you in the Grand Dojo. And if you have questions, if you need more feedback, just you can text me up on Telegram.
Oh, anyway, thanks,
right,
mate.
cool,
really appreciate your advice, and
no problem.
I shall drop you a note in a couple of weeks and let you know how I'm doing.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, thank you.
All right, mate. Cool.
All right, have a good day or good night.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.